mental and physical well-being. What makes you become who you are?
Your mental health is one of the most vital things anyone can have.
What is your definition of physical well-being?
Physical well-being is you.
Because it is easily said than done.
Are you comfortable in yourself?
I was bullied.
So, just as we start off, I would want you to take us through you saying that you, for me, saying that you are a mother, a nurse, and all these other description that you've given. I want us to tell us how you can mention all that and what makes you be who you are with all those titles in regards to mental health. What makes you become who you are, actually? How do you put all the mother, the nurse, the researcher, all together?
Thank you for that question, Linda. Honestly, it's not easy. It's never easy because in your mental health is one of the most vital things anyone can have. And most times we are all about physical well-being, financial well-being, but we forget the most important thing, which is mental health. And mental health si lazima uwe ni ule mtu wa barabarani anokota takataka. Right now, since Corona, we've been having issues with depression. So for young women, especially women who are navigating through career and being wives and being mother, depression can kick in very fast, even without us realizing it. Mothers here can test that. Yani, it's easy to kick in. So one thing, it's not easy, but one thing I say, it has helped for me. It's just having conversation with God, one, and two, just ensuring I am not idle. Because when I become idle, Shetani ni nani? He whispers. You see things at home not working. Your children crying. Your husband amekuja na pressure zake. Career boss ako na pressure zake. So I chose to have people who I can vent to and to keep myself busy. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. And I just want to hear from Ruth. What is your definition of physical well-being? Because we don't understand what is physical well-being. Me, I'm well. Yeah. So can you tell us your definition of physical well-being? What is that?
Well, physical well-being is you. Are you comfortable in yourself? Are you able to carry yourself through the journeys of life? Like she said, the mental side, are you able to carry yourself through that? And one thing from the perspective of physical well-being, it brings out your good hormones, the happy hormones. You stand before the mirror and you say, I'm beautiful, I'm pretty, as in, who doesn't know that? It's only me. Whatever the society says, I don't give a damn. This is me, you deal with me. Yes.
And I love the fact that you said accepting yourself and looking in the mirror. And let's just be real. Looking in the mirror is the worst thing, you know? Especially if you are a woman who's trying to make it out there. So I really want to listen from you guys when you talk about looking in the mirror and thinking you're the best. I don't care what other people say, because it is easier said than done. So what do you do? What do you do when it comes to self-acceptance and, you know, just moving forward with your imperfection, especially for us who are plus size, and our plus sizes come in the form of stomach, you know? How do you accept yourself?
Very plus size. I was bullied since I was a young girl because of how I looked. So I always had issues with how I look. and especially my stomach. But as time went by, I came to realize there are some things I can't change, because our bodies are influenced by so many things the way we are. And for a woman, hormonal imbalance is an issue. So you can try weight loss right now, and then the next thing umeona backslide, umeanza kunona tena. So it brings you back kwa ile hali uliokuwa, si ndio?
Also want you to tackle the same, and especially talk about it in terms of when you are in a high season. For example, I'm at work, I'm really doing well, and I'm told to go and represent the company or the organization in this big conference, and then I look in the mirror, I'm like, mimi nitasimama mbele za watu hivi kweli? So what do you do at that moment, the moment where you are at your high, but then the self-acceptance thing kicks in?
I can take you back in the year 2017. We always have our first love, and my first love was my dad, as in he was, I would not give another father to have. It was him. And I lost him. I didn't know how to navigate, and I went to God like Linda and like, God, why wouldn't you ask for my years to add up to him? As in, I had already planned out my wedding, dancing with him, the song we will do. So when this happened, I was really crushed. And how we cope with our stress hormones, there are those who are good stress eaters, there are those who don't. Now me, I am the best. I do everything. KFC, kila kitu. I hit at a weight of 120. Considering my profession, I am not supposed to be that weight. The society has put it that way. So I would go counseling session with my clients, and my colleagues will look at me and like, oh, you're the one telling us about diet, as in, how does it go hand in hand? But they didn't know what I was going through. They didn't know why I was at that point. But I picked myself up and said, okay, I need to give a transformation. But I accepted myself at 120 kgs. That was me. They had to deal with me. And giving the joy to my clients, especially I was getting the pregnant and lactating mothers, and like, should I stop breastfeeding early so that I can go back to my small size? Oh, my husband does not like me the way I am now. Postpartum depression was getting through it. So as I was helping them get through the postpartum depression, I was healing myself. I was telling myself that nothing is permanent. You can change when you want to, but when you're changing, love yourself through the process. If you don't love yourself the way you are and you want to be someone else, I would say you're the first teacher to yourself. If you don't teach yourself love, who will? Sawa sawa. So, as you see, I am pretty now, and people look at me and like, oh, you're so amazing. Oh, you're doing nutrition. I'm like, God, I wish you knew where I came from. And I give them the pre-photos and the post-photos, and they're like, no, this is not you. Sawa sawa. So it's a journey. There are days you will wake up and you're good. The days you wake up and you're like, today I don't feel like doing it. But what kept me through was the joy I kept on my clients' faces. That's the best.
And I love the fact that you talk about first accepting. You know, accepting, and I think most of us, we have the problem with accepting where we are and being in denial. So, and I love the fact that you said you accepted and that you are at 120 kg and you need to do something. And that, I think that is very key when it comes to changing your mindset and becoming a new person. But listen, let's just talk about the practical things, right? We are women, we have, the society have expectation in us, yeah? So we have expectation from bosses, from our kids, you know, and the fact that nowadays the kids are so brutal. A 7-year-old tell you, "Mami unakaa vibaya," you know. Your husband, for those who are married, maybe they like you in a certain way. Can you talk about how do you balance the emotional boundaries that, hey, listen, I know I love you guys. I know I love you, Habi. But listen, when it comes to my emotional state, let's have a boundary. How do you do that, Bayu? Especially for you, being mama boys, and the boys sometimes the way they are brutal, and or even having friends. You talked about your friends and kwambia, tumbo tank. How do you make sure that kuna boundary when it comes to your emotional state? Ama, can I even ask, is it even possible to have boundaries? Ama, do we really need to have boundaries?
Yes, you do. As a woman, you need to have boundaries. Even the Bible teaches us on boundaries. So you need to have boundaries. And for me, what worked was setting up boundaries. And also, I didn't allow negative energy around me. I suffered, my first pregnancy, I went through postpartum depression for 7 years. I think I shared this. It was, leo ninaanguka, kesho ninaamka. Leo ninaanguka, kesho ninaamka. For 7 years, mtoto wangu anakuwa, I couldn't really give my all to my son. Because najiona nilimess. I messed. And then now watu wanakuja na kuona haufai. So people used to give me a lot of negative energy. And I used to feel like I'm walking with a burden. Even my body was in pain because of holding it in. So sahi, what I do, ukianza kuniambia mimi ni tumbo tank, na nakwambia niko nazo nyingi sana, ama tu I rebuke you. Because if you allow it, if you listen to it, it will destroy you. Ukikubali itakuangusha. Manake utasikia, alafu utaenda nyumbani, utaenda pale kwa kioo, umevua nguo na unajiona, unaifikiria, alafu ndo inaanza. It is a seed umeeka. So one thing, do not allow any negative energy around you, be it friends, be it whoever. Because even me, I'm married, right? I have a husband at home. Atakwambia, na siku hizi umenona mama. So to him it's okay, but to me it's not okay. Sindio? So what I tell him, nimenona ni sawa, Mungu ananibariki na wewe pia unaneka vizuri. Unaneka vizuri, nikikakonda sitaambiwa kwamba hanilishi. Unaneka vizuri, asante. Rafiki, ule ni bwana, una majibu ya bwana tafadhali. Rafiki akikuja, umenona, akwambia dada we. Unamkata kauli saa hiyo hiyo. But ukisikiza, maana tanza umenona, nguo ukivaa haikupendezi, sijui nini inajaa. Sasa akifeel. So set boundaries. And me pia also in my home, I don't just allow anyone. In my space, I don't just allow anyone. I don't nowadays, because I know once nikiallow, I have created a loophole. Yes, so that is what I do. Yeah.
And I love the fact that you said that, but then I have a question from whatever you said, and I really want maybe Ruth to talk about it, because she deals with matters physical. Where do you put the boundary to say that ni mwili wangu nimejikubali jinsi nilivyo, and also to say, hey, listen, nafaa kufanya mazoezi? Because at the aspect of trying to be mentally stable, you are saying, I am who I am, I love me, na kitambi changu najipenda. But pia, there's a need for you to take care of yourself and do exercise. So, at what level do you say, enyewe hata kama ni mwili ni wangu, but hey, I need to do something with my body? Yeah.
So, one thing that I always even pose to my friends, a question that I usually ask myself is, am I happy? Are you happy wherever you are? Are you happy? Whatever I'm doing, how is it making me feel? That's the only thing. And then when it comes to the boundaries I usually go with, yes, you're my sister, you're my brother, you're my friend. I love you, but I can do it from a far end. If you bring negative energy, I can do it with you from a far end. Okay. When it comes to the physical fitness, it does not have to be, nowadays it's a trend. To go to the gym is a trend. but it does not have to go to the gym. Physical fitness starts with walking. On a Sunday afternoon, take a walk with your kids. Take a walk with the family. Because if you're a mother, you're a father, you're the first teacher to your children. How you eat, they usually tell me, oh, tell us how to eat. And I'm like, my daughter doesn't eat vegetables. Do you eat vegetables? There's no way I will make your daughter eat vegetables and you're not doing it. So on physical fitness, nowadays it's quite unfortunate our society is experiencing various kinds of diseases, lifestyle diseases that are coming on board. Our foods are not okay, it's genetically modified. So it's inevitable that we have to exercise, but you don't have to go to the gym. We can start with walking, skipping rope, going for swimming, and of which they are very much effective. So don't get into the pressure of, oh, I have to subscribe to the gym, I have to add expenses in my budget to buy gym wear clothes, kwa sababu huko siku hizi ni competition. Kama umeng'ara ama hujang'ara. Kitambo you used to go with a t-shirt and tights and that's it. Sawa sawa. I hope I've answered you.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have answered my question. And I would love you to share with the ladies what you feel like, especially the ladies in the room, need to know when it comes to, ile kitu unaweza kaa hivi ukasema, I wish ladies knew, you know, when it comes to taking care of yourself mentally and physically. What is that thing that you see ladies doing and you're like, aki simgejua tu. If you stop doing this, ama if you do this, so much will change. What is that? Anyone who's ready can go.
Love you. Love you. Ladies, love yourself. Yani, just love yourself. Because you come first. Your husband, your children, your family, whoever, second. You come first. Love you. Because I have seen, working in a hospital and working with women, I have seen women putting themselves last and end up in a morgue. I have seen women going with friends, ending up with a morgue. So just love you. Have boundaries, whatever, but put yourself first. Just love yourself. And what I wish you knew is there's a seed inside you. That seed is a gift from God that God has given you to be at the best version you see yourself in, at over what you see. Because sometimes tunaweza jiona tuko hapa, kumbe God anatuona tuko kule. So kuna kitu God ameweka ndani yako. Kuna kitu God ameplant ndani yako. That is so unique. It's not like me, it's not like Linda's, it's not like anyone. It's so unique that when you just have that kanini to realization kwamba this is what I have and this is what can bring me to the woman who I am, I swear you'll be kina Sarah Jakes hata ni mfano. You'll be over. Because Sarah Jakes is not unique from you. All these people you will be seeing here are not unique from you. Menelewa, hawako special. It's just that they realized what they have and what they carry. And then they went for it. So, love you. You have something inside you that is very special. And God loves you. God will take care of you. God loves women. The church is a bride. God loves women. God will just lift you up when you go to Him. And He will make you realize what you have, and you will do extraordinary. Hiyo tu.
I concur with Mbeyu. The first thing you can do for yourself is love yourself, and your happiness comes first. If you're not happy, if you don't have love, which cup are you going to pour from? So those are the key things. And then another thing is discernment. Discern on God. Let God speak to you and tell you, You tell him, God, sometimes naambianga Mungu, ebu kuja to have conversation, manake naona hatuelewani. Sawa. There's what you want, and there's what God wants for you. And sometimes you ask God for something and God is like, hi, my daughter, mbona unanitisha hii kitu kidogo? Na neza kupa mo. Sindio? So you always align, tell God, this is what I want, but if you're giving me better, I am opening that gate and do it for me. Sawa sawa. So the discernment from God, and whenever you step your foot out of bed, you know I'm a child of God. He will not give you a direction that you cannot handle.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And maybe just, I had Mbeu mentioning about her being in the hospital and seeing how many women end up in the morgue just because of putting themselves last. And I also want to appreciate the fact that in a society, especially in Africa, not just in Kenya, but we are taught to put ourselves last, you know. Being a nurturing mom, you know, uki give out, don't ambo, you're the best mom, you know. You see people having conversation like, haufai kukaa vibaya, afadhali haufai kukaa vizuri, afadhali ukae vibaya lakini mtoto wako akae vizuri. There is that conversation where people expect you to put the family first, and then you can think about yourself later. And we've seen that happening in our mothers, we've seen that happening in our grandmother, and I love the fact that you say because of that most of the women end up in the morgue because of depression and all that. And so can you talk about how then do a woman who have all these expectations balance between carrying whatever she's supposed to carry, ama being who she's supposed to be, not just mothers but also ladies in general, because it's not a mother's thing but it's a women thing, yeah? So how do you balance in saying, I want to be there for my family but I also want to be there for me? I know the fact that we need to accept and we need to put ourselves first, but where is that balance? Where is that balance?
So I will just go back to what I did. Nilijikalisha chini nikajiambia, this is my situation right now. One, I work in Rabai. My husband lives with the kids in Kazengo, Kikambala. So weekdays I'm in Rabai, weekends I'm in Kazengo. And mind you, my son is just 2 months sahi. So niko na mimba, Monday to Friday niko Rabai, napanda gari nakuja tu Kazengo. Nikifika Kazengo, nimefika, whether atakuwa yuko atapika, kama hayuko nipike mimi. But kila mwanamume hapiki Sasa yeye aingie ama mimi siingie nipike. Saturday, Sunday umeanza, Monday umerauka, umerudi. So ilifika mahali I couldn't anymore. Kitumbo iko huku kuna wengine nao wanakuitisha, sijui mama I want what. Huku kuna kazi, maboss. It was so hectic because I remember I wanted to resign. I was almost resigning because kazini it was very toxic. And at home pia ni stress. Ilifika mahali hakuna amani, naona tu bwanangu like ni shetani. Usinisongelee. Nakumbuka hata kuna siku nilimpigia Lina nikamwambia I can't. Akae with everything I don't want. So I'm just trying to bring that picture. So what I did, I sat myself down with a journal. Nikaandika, this is my situation right now. This is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. So I created a balance. Nikasema, from Monday to Friday, sis kazini na nihitaji, I will dedicate 8 to 5. Contract yangu imesema 8 to 5. 8 to 5. Sipitishi, sirauki. 8 to 5 ni ya kazi. Nikikuja nyumbani, I have time nimeset ya bwanangu. When you are around, it's your time. Tutakula, tutakucheka, ukienda time yako, nataka time yangu. If I feel I need to go out and kunywa ka juice, I will go ninywe juice. Because tukisema tuchukulie sisi venye society inataka mwanamke kila kitu amebeba kwa kichwa, tutaanguka. And I realized that was what I was doing. So nikasema I will give everyone little bits, kila mtu napatia time yake. And then mimi sasa najipatia all the baby love. And then also I sat down with all the people that are around me. And I was very clear in communicating. No, I can't. No, hapa nimechoka. No, siwezi. No, and then I need your help. I need your help. I can't, because I realized tumefundishwa kwamba you can do everything. Tunasema you can do everything through. Kwa ground vitu ni different. Kwa sababu itafika mahali watu wanasema huyu si anaomba, huyu si anapenda Mungu, huyu si ni church guy. Basi mnaekiwa kila kitu mzigo wote. And then hatujafundishwa kukuwa church guys wa kusema no. So tunabeba. And then tukibeba tunaanguka. So just learn to say no, learn to say I need your help, and then just create time kwa wao, yes, but don't overdo it. Yes.
The power of saying no. Yeah. Listening from a person who was a people pleaser. Hii watu mimi nilikuwa naitikia vitu. And I'll agree with what Mary said, because I've learned from Babes the power of saying no. She will tell you no in your face. No. Mimi niko tu hapo nasema ngoja kidogo nitakujibu. But there's a power in saying no. You can't do everything. And I feel like in the African context, mwanamke hafai kusema hapana. And that's why I'm not bashing, but that's why there's an aspect of a lot of rep, even from before, because men were given the power. How can you say no to me? You know? And so we grow up knowing, mimi sifai kusema hapana. Ni sawa. You know? Ni sawa. You take everything, and then sasa now the Christian quote unquote aspect tells you to say yes. So then it becomes a big yes from the society and from the church. Na napenda umesema kwamba you carry until you can't carry anymore and you fall down. And I don't think there is any goodness with you being down. And then she is also touched about the power of asking. I need help. And I think most of us as women, we are afraid to ask because of us as women. Tunaogopa kuuliza kwa sababu ya sisi wanawake. Because na kuuliza wewe mwanamke mwenzangu na wewe ndo unanisema. You know? So we are trying to rise again, but we're also the ones putting ourselves down. So I think from this conversation we'll have the idea that we need to ask for help, and we need to ask for help from each other without judging each other. Yes? Yes. I'll just give like 2 minutes for people to ask their question before I have some last questions in the crowd. If there is anyone who will wish to ask the two panelists questions.
Okay, I have a question to Ruth Wanyama. Being a dietitian, there's this thing that imetokea sana kwa mitandao ambao ni ginger shots. Ladies wanakimbilia mambo na ginger shots. Kuna cabbage ambayo iko fermented. How do you take those things? As in unaziview aje as a dietitian? Is it okay? Are they healthy? Okay, you're taking it under what perspective? The ginger shots. It's a mixture of ginger, turmeric, lemon. Yes, that's a mixture of that. When taken in excess, it will inhibit production of hydrochloric acid, which will lead to hyperacidity. Hyperacidity is also another disease. So I do not dispute taking it. For immunity purposes, it's okay, but to what level? Okay, there are those who are taking it to help them in terms of weight loss. It wouldn't do that. It will not do that. It will lead to other diagnoses. Okay, considering the fermented cabbage, it is good because it has the healthy bacteria that helps the gut flora. Yes, but in nutrition, when anything taken in excess, it has a consequence. And when taken inadequately, it has a consequence. So that's why we take it in moderation. Yes.
Mumeelewa? Mimi nimesikia tu majina kubwa kubwa hapo. But nimejua it's taken in moderation. Hizo majina zingine bora ametueleza, tusichukue nyingi, si ndio? Any other question?
Hi everyone. Okay, swali langu lilikuwa ni kuhusu mama wenye ambao maybe tuseme ametisha mtoto kunyonyesha. How long does it take like maziwa kukauka? Yeah, yani ni period gani yenye itachukua maybe tuseme kama inategemea na mtoto aliachishwa kunyonyeshwa miaka mingapi. Let's say kama ulimwachisha na miaka 2. Then from there, how long inachukua yani ile maziwa kukauka? Ama tuseme kama mwenye aliachisha mtoto kunyonya mapema, itachukua muda gani maziwa kukauka?
Sawa, kama umebachisha mtoto kunyonyesha, Kiswahili ni kigumu.
Unaweza ongea tu kwa Kiingereza.
Okay, it depends with the dad and
It also depends with whom.
yes, yeah. Basically it's the hormone for yourself. Ni kama vile ukishajifungua, when your menses are coming back, it depends with your reproductive system, how your hormones are in your body system. There are those who will stay for a year without the menses. There are those who will immediately, of next month it begins. There are those who will take 3 months, those who take 6 months. Yeah. Yes.
From a reproductive aspect ya health, I deal with women wenye wako na mimba na wenye wamezaa. So like she said, it depends, but what determines is the level of your hormones. Unaona hata kwa period, sometimes period uchelewa, sometimes periods inakuwa dark, sometimes unashangaa kwani ni mimba iliingia ama ni aje, vitu kama hizo. So it is the level of your hormones. Pia ukiwa na breastfeed, kuna hormone level yenye iko chini na ingine iko juu. Ni sawa. So vitu vingi sahi zina determine mambo na hormones zako. Global warming sahi currently, the food you eat, your mental health, your physical well-being, unaona? So hizo vitu zinaenda hand in hand. But if umeona imekawia sana, go to your gyne, anakupatia dawa, maziwa inakauka. Usiniulize hiyo dawa sahi tafadhali, sikwambii.
You've been answered? Yes?
Okay, na niko na swali lingine. Kuna hii maybe tuseme ukitoka kuzaa maybe you have someone unakuadvise utumie family planning, and there is this yenye ambao unaikiwa kwa mkono for 3 years, 5 years, something like that. Na kulingana na maybe having the discussion na different friends of mine, unakutana kwambia maybe mimi nimewekwa but nimekaa sahi 2 years sijaona period zangu. So maybe nikitoa period zinarudi ama zingine zinachelewa. In that case, is it healthy because 2 years without period and ina add up kweli?
Wamama wenye wamezaa na wenye wametumia family planning watakwambia wengine hata wamekaa 3 hawajaona periods. It is normal because ni session sasa hii. Family planning has different methods. Sawa, mpaka hapo tuko sawa. So some are hormonal, some are non-hormonal. So the hormonal ni za hapa, sindano, tembe, tembe all forms mpaka ile ya P2 and then we also have some coils zenye ni hormonal some. Sawa. Kuna nyingine ni sawa, nadhani ni hizo. So ukiwekwa ile ya hapa ya 3 years na 5 years, strengths ni tofauti. Zote ziko na hormone moja lakini hormones mbili lakini strengths ni tofauti. Sawa? So venye strengths ni tofauti na body yako pia ujue has to adapt. So kuna mwingine utamsikia hii inifaa, hii anifaa. Waelewa? Kwanza ukienda kuchukua family planning, huwa watu wanaenda tayari na nataka coil, nataka don't know. Mimi wanasema heri usikize ile daktari akumonge, akupime, mzungumze body type yako, kuangalie what works for you because some also affect your BP. That's why watu wanapimwa BP Some affects your BP, some affects how you look. Mwenye amedungwa sindano, wengine wananona, you know. So body yako ni tofauti na hii ni kitu kigeni kwa mwili. So obvious your body will react to that kitu kigeni. Paka hapa tuko pamoja. So hii ya hapa huwa inakupatia side effects. You're not seeing your periods. So because of the hormone. So either hormone gani iko juu, ingine iko chini, like I said, ndio hivyo. So what we do, we give you drugs to regulate your hormones. Sawa. But usipoona period usishtuke. Haijaingia mimba. Sawa. So ni normal. It's very normal. But if you feel you want your periods back, una way, watu nasema benefits outweighs the ama ni vice versa. Yaani unaangalia hii benefit, hii nikitoa hii niko sure nitapata mimba leo. Nitapata, acha ikae. Niko ready kupata mimba because those are the questions you should ask yourself. Si ndio? Niko ready kupata hiyo mimba sahi. But kama unaona unataka period yako na uko ready kunini, sawa. Kama unaona period zimekawia, pia unaweza enda kusema ukapewa tembe. Tembe yenyewe utakayopewa kukutayarisha tu, usishangae ukipewa zile Cox. Cox ni zile tembe chaguo langu, sijui the green ones. Hizi za tembe moja kila siku. Usishangae kupewa hizo. Those pia zina regulate hormones because ziko na hormones. Sawa?
Let's clap for her. Hizo ni services mmepata for free. Just a little story. If there is a time where you had to leave ama to just walk out of that situation, it might be with your parents, with your friends, wherever your job. Have you ever been in that place and what did you do? Ruth.
I would say that space for me was last year. Like I said, I lost my dad in 2017. I knew my dad as my mom and dad. I only used to see my mother 3 days in a year. That was 24th, 5th, and 6th. 27th, back to Papa. So even sanitary towel, it's Papa who told me about it. So when he left, I really didn't have a good relationship with my mom. And I was told, now this is the God you have on earth remaining. There is no way my mom would bend down low and bring the relationship. I was the one who has to work hard for it. I tried my best and I maneuvered. And we were in a good space. I became Mama's confidant. But now she fell sick again. I had to take care of her through hospital and she passed on in 2022. This was a 4-year span. I'm a person who my friends look up to. I'm the strong one. if they're in problem, if they don't know what to do, they are the one who they come to. So who am I going to? My stronghold is no longer there. I have no one to talk to. I have decisions to make about my life, my relationship, my career, myself. So it's all on me. I carry my burden. I'm the last born, but my brothers and sisters come for advice from me. So I had to carry all this plus my friends, and I was in a journey of now accepting to be an orphan. It was, I had to present myself to be strong in front of everyone, but I was dying inside. So what I did, I shut down everyone. I blocked everyone, and I have a sister circle of 3. Those ones are the ones who I can go to, and they can't judge me and also be like, they call me Medio Tegemeo, but this Tegemeo was falling down. So I had to resuscitate myself by myself, and that's where I learned with loving myself and allowing other people to suffer, accepting that I'm not God, and I needed to grieve that I have lost 2 major people in my life. And me accepting that and grieving that allowed me to manifest of who I want to become. Yes, he helped me through it, but now my answer was God. I said I'm the daughter of God. If he allowed my king to go, he is my overall king. He will figure it out. I will not fall, and I will stand and rise and be a support system of the rest of the people that need me. And that is what is pushing me through. The days I feel like, okay, am I going to do it? But I remember who is my father, and I'm like, damn, I'm making it. Yes. So I never cry. I cried the last time. I cried for a whole 2 days last year, and I told God I am not crying again because I have you and you're taking me through it.
Yes. Please clap for her.
Nina maswali yako personal sana. Wow. Okay. I'll just go with recent. Anaanza kucheka. So recently, I was called to become a submissive woman. LPP washasikia history. Wacha nifunguke. I was called to be a submissive woman. I volunteered in so many organizations. I'm the firstborn in my family. Wasichana ni 4. Nimekuwa nikiona failed marriages kwa nyumba. Nimekuwa nikiona venye mamangu amekuwa submissive. Nimekuwa nikiona venye babangu ana react. I can't. But God, kwa conversations siku moja, he just told me, submit. It's not easy. I was one of the people who used to advocate for feminism. Feminism na Mungu haiendani kabisa. God taught me how to submit. And then submit to someone who is not even your brother, your father, ni mtu mwingine tofauti kabisa. Na amekuja na mizigo zake pia yeye. And then wewe umekuwa ukifundishwa, hujaona true love yenye ile iko kwa telenovela. Gangster love, Gangster love to the point kwamba unaona paka mamako na babako they abusive, you know, with the traumas and whatever, and I'm being told submit. And then I remember that day nimetoka Rabai naenda nyumbani on a weekend. And I'm just reflecting on that story. Samuel and anoint David Mafuta. And then God tells you, go and buy olive oil, go to your husband, pray, and tell him, I submit to you. I what? Because nilienda nikafanya hivyo, lakini nikadhani simeisha. Sasa now the real deal. Wazazi wamekubali hii kitu, mmefika kwa nyumba nini. Now ndo anaonyesha the true pictures. Alafu wewe unajua ni pembe. So hizi ni vitu mbili tofauti. Ziingie kwa league moja. Me, I walked out. I remember it was in December. Some few days, actually it was a month, because ilikuwa 23rd of December. A month before I delivered. Nilienda nikakaa pale beach kwa Kakabana hivi. Nikajiambia sijui nijitupe ndani ile maji ama nikae. Saa hizo everyone around you, your friends, everyone anaona life yako imechange nini, everyone wants to be with you. Everyone wants to be associated with you. Wewe ndo yule ambaye ukienda kwa kila mtu yacheka. Wewe ndo unapeana. So like everyone wants to be around you. But mimi, I am crumbling inside, but I can't see. So I remember, mbali na kupigia of course my bestie, na putting some sense into me, I went back and told my God, God, you told me to be a submissive woman. I can't. It's too hard for me. And then he tells me, but what does my word say? What does the word say? Najua hii ni kitu ambayo watu nasikia sana kwa mapasta, na mimi si pastor, lakini what does the word say? In that situation, what does the word say? Kwa sababu in every situation, there is a word. Wazazi wamekufa, kuna word. Amesema mimi ni yatima. Mimi ni nani wa yatima? Mimi ni mume wa nani? Mimi ni mti ulio. So in every situation, there is a word. So hata nilipokuwa nikiangalia ile situation, niko pale nyumbani na what I wanted, alikuwa ananiuliza what does my word say? And then quickly fungua, unasoma word. Nikafika mahali akaniambia, you are my child, just come to me with authority, tell me what you want. So nilienda nikamwambia, nakumbuka nililia, nikamwambia, Daddy, I am tired. Daddy, I can't. That it's too much. Alafu in middle of that, God alinionyesha upendo mwingine. Siwezi kueleza juu it's a divine love. Akanifunika. Akaniambia, nitakutoa katika ile shimo yenye uko. Because mbali na kwamba hiyo submitting ilikuwa hard. Nilikuwa na mimba ambaye tangu nimejua niko na mimba mpaka nienda kuzaa hivi ni vita. Ni vita tu. Ugonjwa mara sijui nini, yani vituko. Nakumbuka kuna nyimbo tu ilikuja kwa roho yangu mimi. Ya Kesti Mbogo, nimepakwa. Nimepakwa mafuta mabichi. Nikajiambia, God, mimi I will obey. I will obey, I will obey. No matter what comes, I will just obey. And ever since, I'm still obeying.
Wow. Let's clap for them.